Here we are.
Live from Miller's Campground. We're back. After months off from this channel, we're back. We were trying to focus on our other channel and we've just been making moves. We've been to Florida, we've been car showing still. So we're back.
Yes.
We never left.
We're taking a new direction with this channel because we have a lot to talk about. And maybe we don't want to always talk about it on the other channel. So with this channel, we're going to turn it into Live from Miller's Campground.
Exactly what it says, Live from Miller's Campground. There'll still be some work and there'll be footage, but
we're going to try to do a weekly live chat with you guys and just tell you a little bit about ourselves and how we got started and who we are and where we come from and just, you know, whatever we got going on.
If you're new to this channel, go check out Peace and Grease. That's our main channel.
Yes.
That's where we do automotive things with older vehicles and travel and buy and sell, and we're just into artsy stuff and antique stuff. We was buying stuff tonight for our newest project.
We had a fun trip tonight.
So where have we been? Quick rundown. This might go on for a while, so this is just a talking video.
First, I'm Jen. This is Tim.
Yeah. I'm 6'8".
Oh my gosh.
310. No, but we're just car people. We're just regular people, to be honest with you, first and foremost. And we're sitting on business that is started back in the day. My grandpa started this campground. It was like a dream of his. He worked at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base as an electrician. My dad was an electrician. I'm an electrician. And me and her are teaming up to revitalize old vehicles and help run the family business here. She stepped up and she helps do things around here just like any of us, and it's working out pretty good. We haven't been on YouTube very long.
No, we just started not even a year ago. So we started our main channel, Peace and Grease, in March of last year, so 2023. That really wasn't on our agenda, but we got pushed in that direction, which is the story we're going to tell you guys about how we got started.
So I just met a guy today that watches all of our videos, but he obviously didn't see the first ones, and he didn't know. So we're going to tell how we got started and where we was exactly a year ago today compared to where we are now.
Yeah.
A year ago today, we weren't doing any YouTubing.
At all.
But I've always been doing exactly what I'm doing. I just wasn't filming it. And I wheel and deal a lot and stuff. My grandma and grandpa have been passed away for a little while. Well, I inherited a 31 Model A. This is how we got started YouTubing. 2014, at the end of that, I inherited a 31 Model A. And I didn't have a barn. So I took the car and I sold it. And I built the barn that you see us making our videos in. I built it, me and some friends. And, you know, didn't get to build the barn I wanted. I got to build the barn I could afford.
That's right. And it's serving its purpose still.
Yep. So, I'm an electrician. So I get all these jobs and stuff. And I was wiring a lot of barns, pole barns. And this guy reached out to me and said that he'd got my name from a fellow at church and he wanted me to give him a bid on his barns. He told me his name. It was the guy I had sold the Model A to. Believe it, small world.
Yeah.
It had been like 5 years. I ended up getting the car back. I did some wheeling and dealing on 2 barns and we wired them and got the car back.
So 2019?
Yeah. But then when I got it back, I wasn't doing what I thought I would do with the car. I had like a Nova and I had some big trucks still. So the car being a stock Model A, then it really didn't do anything for me. We kind of live on a fast-paced area here.
Right, so you really couldn't safely drive it. And, you know, it was sentimental, but it wasn't something that he loved the style of or had the desire to, you know, get it out there and drive it. So
no, so it was just sitting around.
Sitting in the garage.
So I threw it on Facebook one night. 10 years ago, I was sitting around watching TV like everybody else, and I stumbled upon Vegas rat rods. And I started watching this, and I started learning who the guys on the show were. Well, I seen Merlin Johnson, Steve Darnell. I sent them a friend request like any gearhead fan would do. And Merlin accepted my friend request, and we were off and running. But we had never met, you know. It's the modern world we live in.
Just on social media.
Yep. And so here I am sitting here in my living room. I got this Model A on Facebook for sale, and
last year.
yeah. And Merlin messages me on Facebook and says, "I want to talk to you about your car." I was starstruck. Like, this is like a automotive icon of mine, like one of the top 10, 15 automotive icons that I had ever thought of. I never thought I'd be talking to him. I was nervous.
So he was so nervous.
Yeah, I'd sit there and get a pep. I was like, I can't call him. I'm nervous, you know. So pretty soon I was on the phone with Merlin for an hour, and I told him what shape the car was in and everything, and he told me that he was wanting to do a will it make it home type video, and he lives in Lake Havasu, and we live in Ohio. So pretty soon Merlin was sending me money.
Yeah.
And he told me, "Tim, you seem like an interesting guy with your campground and your cars and your projects. You should start YouTubing." Well, I'm 44. And we didn't grow up taking selfies, really. I didn't have a camera growing up, so I can talk, but I had never really been. I have a face for radio.
Oh my God.
So, but Merlin says, "I'm going to buy your car, and I'm going to send you all the money." And woof. And
over the course of time.
And
so.
I'll be there in like 3 months.
Wanda's here. She doesn't know who we're talking to.
So I said I'll be there in like 3 months. He said I'll be there in 3 months, and you should start filming YouTube videos. And
he really encouraged
what are you
us.
going to do when someone you look up to gives you advice that's easy to do, like it's in your possibility?
Like we literally.
I had a phone in this toolbox, iPhone 12, what we're filming with now. That
still the same thing we're using to film this right now.
We turned it on and started filming. And
we're not the greatest at,
we don't
at
practice,
any of it.
we just go.
We just do what...
You're getting live, and I ain't doing makeup yet.
I've
I've been watching a show on YouTube about grills, so if I hit it big, I might get a grill.
Yeah.
What was his name? Johnny?
Johnny Dang.
Johnny Dang. I need a grill, buddy. I built a C50 with all of Merlin's money, and we started filming that. If you go back in our videos, we put a lot of videos out because we're grinding, but if you go way back to less than a year ago.
Yes, so we started filming in March, and Merlin was coming in the end of May, just at the very end of May, I think it was, maybe the beginning of June. And we, at that time, had the 97 Dodge that he was driving as
still driving it.
A daily driver.
Hauling firewood with it.
Yeah. And
a year ago today.
He got that off of our friend
Chip. Chip wasn't using it anymore, and he didn't want to get rid of it. But I took it and drove it for a while, and clutch started slipping. And I hadn't started doing YouTube yet, but I was wanting to put like a car body on it, a Cadillac or something. I had that intentions from the beginning.
So then suddenly on Marketplace, because Tim has a Marketplace addiction. I'm petting her with my foot. He has a Marketplace addiction. He started seeing this green C50, and it was like
speaking to me.
And he showed it to me. Greens. I'm a sucker for green, but when I saw it, I loved it too immediately. And it was in Indiana. It wasn't too far, and the price was right. And the guy said that it ran, so we jumped on it after, just a little bit of deliberating, and didn't exactly know what we were going to do, but brought it home. That was an adventure in itself. I wish we were filming at that time because we could have shared that with you guys. It was really cool. It would come from Amish country. Like, he was the only house
Drove it on the trailer.
Yeah, he was the only house that wasn't Amish anywhere around us, and that thing started up, and we drove it up on the trailer as it was. And brought it home and parked it, and then that's where it all began. And when Merlin started sending the money, we started tearing it apart and putting them back together.
Wheels had already been turning. I already had the outside lift. We had already started preparing to start doing stuff like this on just like on a personal level, a hobby level. And Merlin convinced me, man. I owe it all to him for being here filming right now.
Absolutely.
And but it was a learning curve, and it was bumpy for us because the day Merlin showed up, it was another month before the video came
Yeah,
out.
we had to wait for all of it. Well, you're skipping the whole part that he literally did the whole cab swap and everything in 90 days. So he built that C50 in 90 days, and we came across the flatbed was a great deal that we came across that wasn't far from here. We filmed that. That's in the channel.
Bought the wheels off a friend of mine, Mitch.
Um,
Found a local guy to mill them.
I mean, it all just
Bought the bed for $1,000
perfect.
and it went right on.
It just all went together so perfect. And then, you know, he showed up and we got to spend some time with him and then followed him for a while on the journey, which you can see on our channel. And
that's how we met Hannah and Corey.
Yeah, that's how we met Hannah and Corey.
We drove before Merlin came. We was trying to match make.
Right, because we knew that they were on his path. So we thought that would be a good place if he needed to stop, that he could meet up with them. And so we mutually knew both of them, and that's how that worked out.
So quick recap, the Model A built my barn and got sold again and built my C50, and that truck has opened more doors for us in the last 7-8 months.
Yeah.
I should have kept track of the miles, but the odometer don't work, but it's in the thousands in 10 states, in Ohio, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, Indiana, you name it, anywhere right here we've been.
Yeah.
We went on vacation and come the other way, trying to hit as many states as we can.
Not even in a year. Like, we finished that truck in May of last year, of 2023.
I drive it to my son's football games. I drive it to the hardware store. I drive it everywhere. I drive that truck as much as the weather will allow. And it's actually transformed me into being live the lifestyle. When I see Merlin leave out of here driving my grandpa's Model A with a 3-inch adjustable wrench in his pocket, it gave me more confidence in myself, because I seen what that guy was willing to do, and it was so adventurous and it was
inspiring.
Just like, it's so off I went, you know. And what YouTube has done for us is it's increased my hobby. Like, I took my interest and increased it. I'm no longer doing electric work other than what we do around here and stuff like that, because to be honest with you, that's not what I enjoy, and I'm one life to live type guy. If you're not enjoying it, stop.
Right.
Go do something else.
And with Merlin being the one that bought the car, like, something that we love about that dynamic is that we get to see the car every week. When he puts a video out, there's his grandpa's car, you know, and it's living all these adventures that it would have never lived with us. It would have just been in the garage, you know, and it's been across America now. And
go check out Merlin's old school garage, and you'll see the green Model A. He drives it all the time, takes it to shows.
It all started right here with that.
yeah. And since then, we've been everywhere. We've met so many people. I can't keep track of everyone.
So many new friends that have the same interests that we just, like, really look forward to seeing different places and talking to and throwing ideas back and forth. Like, it's really done some cool things.
So the campground keeps us busy. We don't YouTube full time because we're not to that level yet. And we never will be able to YouTube full time because of the campground. We'll always have to run it, but here we are. We're live from Miller's Campground. I grew up, her dad was a body man, paint cars, work on cars.
I was born into it.
So we're ready to put a paint gun in her hand and follow the DNA spray.
See what happens.
That don't sound right. The DNA spray.
That does not sound right.
You should get that on a shirt. The DNA spray. Jenny Junkin, paint your car for $300.
Oh man, Mike Hill, that's what I need next.
Yeah,
DNA spray.
The DNA spray with a paint gun. And so, automotive culture has been in her life. Other family members are into cars, and her dad and stuff. He's no longer with us, but it left an impression in her growing up. She can remember cars he worked on, junk cars he made her drive, cars he painted, still that are alive to this day.
Yeah.
It lives on. Automotive history lives on. If someone takes care of the car, all that history's there. So it would be an honor for me someday to have hot rods in circulation, things I built in circulation. And I, being an electrician, it turns you more into, you're more than that. You can frame, you can problem solve, you can do all the things that you need to do to be an automotive guy. So my grandpa wasn't a hot rodder. He just had a stock Model A. My dad's had cars and stuff, but when I was 16 years old, there was some guys in this campground and they demolition derby. I was hooked. I loved it. And I'm not going to talk bad about demolition derby because it's the most fun you'll ever have. But it takes a lot of work. I've showed her. These guys have as much money into a derby car as I do my C50.
It would be painful to me to put that much effort and money into something to know that I'm gonna go blast it and ruin it.
They're
and
works
have
of
to do it
art.
all over again, you know?
Derby cars nowadays are works of art. And the steel that they put in there to go out there and maybe get last place, man, that's a dedicated thing. But I'm not bashing it in any way, shape, or form.
No, I enjoy it.
But I like to do
it myself.
We're not here forever, so I want to use my skills in more creative ways, and we're trying to do that. I got a lot of projects left over from before we YouTube, so it may seem like we got a lot going on, but those were here, and I'm wrapping them up. But one that I have, I have a Ram truck. It seems like everybody likes Ram trucks.
Yeah.
So that's coming.
And that one is like just right there. I mean, I know you guys say that, but like it is just right there.
It's got a run-in Cummins in it. we got a lot going on.
Yeah.
If you've listened to us this far, then we'll keep boring you. Local guy here is giving me a water truck with a 5.9 Cummins in it. This is supposed to go out Thursday. Hopefully by the weekend, I'm dragging that sucker in here. Yep. And we're trying to get our house ready. We rented our house out to Lemon Fab.
Yeah.
Our first rental a month from now. We're almost done. We're finishing up the plumbing, the sink, and then the toilets.
We've been in the store every day buying things to get everything furnished and prepared and accommodated.
Yep.
So
and that house would be for rent moving forward for anyone who qualifies. I don't know what the qualifications are.
I don't
Send
know
us a selfie, we gotta see what you look like.
I mean, they gotta go through Airbnb. There's like stuff you gotta go through. She eating the plant. Golly. We have a dog that will eat anything. Her name's Juan. You can see her nose. Look.
She'll eat celery. She'll eat strawberries.
She ate a piece of broccoli tonight that I dropped when I was
And Otis is our blue heeler, but he's our fourth kid. But he's like a nanny to everyone else.
He herds us.
He'll tell you when the laundry's done.
If Tim tells him to get in his lap, he will. Wanda won't even stand up here. She's 3 times his size.
But we're normal human beings, and we YouTube a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think if you ever thought that you should YouTube, I think you should, because the hands you shake and a guy drove here 2 hours this morning, an hour here, an hour home to get me a part. I could have ordered the part, and I would have, but the generosity that he showed me is unreal.
So, like, we don't watch a lot of news, and really don't mind the dogs. We don't really believe in, what the media portrays a lot. And, I think that a lot of people's perception of the world is that there's a lot of negativity and people don't care about each other. But, like, since we've been doing this, you wouldn't believe.
They've sent us rims, sent us hats.
The outpouring of, like, generosity from strangers and the support of people that you've never met before and that say that, like, they're looking forward to meeting you and, they like what you're doing. I mean, like, I feel like I'm an afterthought a lot of times because he's the one with all the skills. I'm just trying to, like, support him and be there and learn and do things as we go along. But, when you hear people say things like, we love what you guys do, it's crazy and it's awesome and we appreciate it so much.
The greatest interactions I've had, most everyone that comes up and talks to me feels like, in a way, the same type of guy and woman. And they all have the common thing. They have a car at home or a truck. And we met a guy in Florida who walked up to me, and I've never met this guy in my life. And he leans over to me and shows me his car on his phone. And he says, I got this running because of you guys. And I was like, what?
Isn't that crazy?
And he says, and it was a specific year Pontiac, and he went and put a Pontiac engine in it and everything. It was specifically built to his taste.
Right.
In a short amount of time. And I was like, God dang, what happened? He's like, you inspired me, just to get out and work on it. And that's all we're trying to do, because the fanciest tools I have are a few snap-on sockets and wrenches and ratchets. I do have a lot of grinders, and just trying to do normal work with normal stuff. And our car show we're having is kind of just to get everybody together and blend ideas and the culture together.
We're really excited for that. Like, we're doing this because we don't want to spend too much time chit-chatting on the other channel, but like...
We'll put a flyer at the beginning of our car show. Really good, a whole lot of that here. We'll just put a flyer up, and you can go to Piece and Grease and check all that out. This is just a recap here. We'll try to get on here once a week. We'll try.
Yeah.
And recap what we do, where we're going, what we're doing, things in the campground. Help my dad out. He's still real active around here. And
if there are things that you guys want to know about us, you can comment on these videos and we'll talk about them in the next one. That's interaction. We'd like some interaction on these to get
we're
to know
not popular enough yet for a podcast, but people want to know.
Right.
So if you got something you need to know, ask us. If you got something you want to see Bill, ask us. I'm thinking about adding a little motorcycle action to the page here in the future. I'm thinking about, we've met some people through YouTube that we haven't met personally yet. Swim Shop 4x4 Vans on YouTube. We've hit it off with them just through social media, and they know how to make vans 4-wheel drive. So I'm going to be getting me one of them going. And
I've always loved vans. If you know me, you know I love vans.
Yeah, I like to get more. I like to get more projects in and out, stuff for sale. We're looking on taking a little bit of customer work, like lift kits, lowering kits, no body work or no brake jobs. It'd have to be a pretty cool job. Like if you got an old hot rod that you want running, I can come to your house and get it, load it up, bring it to my house, and see what happens.
Try to get it running for you.
So that's the type of stuff I like to do, is breathe life back into dead patients.
Right.
That's the funnest thing. We're getting ready to probably when I get over my nerves, we could just go start our newest truck up here soon.
I'm hoping in the next couple of days. I'm hoping before I go back to work on Friday that we do it. But I don't know.
We can do it tomorrow. But that's turbo 68 GMC, 1 ton, 2-wheel drive, lowered. We'll just do a quick rundown of our projects.
Okay.
We got a 40 Chevy pickup that was primer gray when we got it, and we started painting it black. We've nicknamed that Jenny Junkin. And that's going to be a truck that we're going to build designated for her to be able to drive anywhere. Go out right now, fired up, lights work, everything works, door seals, heater, comfortable, go. Got 350 Chevy in that. We're getting ready to put a rear end in that. We're going to leave the straight axle for a little while. We're open for anything, whatever makes it. I'm kind of looking like the way they look low. Can't really get that low with the straight axle. We want to have that truck. It may take a little longer than we want, but hopefully by our show, we'd like to have it moving around on our own. Our show's in May, middle of May, 17th, 18th, 19th. So we'd like to have her truck around driving. 40 Chevy, we got a good title for it. We walk right in and get tags. I also have a 40 Chevy ramp truck. That's on an 01 GMC heavy duty frame, I-beam, Dana 80, disc brakes, 4-wheel. It's heavy duty, double frame. I've got a ramp bed, almost ready to skin. I've got a 5.9 Cummins in the front, and it's rough and ready. We're just going to make that a go get them tow hauler. If somebody we know's hot rods broke down, we'll put a winch on it, pull out ramps. We show up, we help you, or we tow piggyback our own stuff to the cruise ends. The one I just talked about first, 68 GMC, we'll unveil that soon. Win, lose, or draw. One of the dailies is the 69 C50 on a 97 Dodge frame we've talked about. One of our favorites that's always ready, 84 K30 CUCV M1008. Original drive.
I can never remember that. It cracks me up. He does it so good.
Yeah, the 1008s have open fronts, and the I forget the number for the ones that have posi fronts. That's why I say it that way. Larry Creech taught me that. I drive out all over. We was actually going to drive to Florida, and I'm glad we did because it only runs 55.
Yeah.
But I drive out all the time. And what else do we got? We're building a 35 Ford Rat Rod for the 2024 Rat Rod Magazine Build Off.
And a 72.
When's the build off?
September 20th.
At the Psycho Silo in Langley, Illinois.
Psycho
And if
Silo
you go on
Silo.
Rat Rod Magazine on YouTube, they got some hype build up coming up of that.
It's gonna be a big deal. So we're excited for that.
Already over 200 entries.
We got the 72 C50.
72 C50 on deck with a 97 Dodge donor vehicle. We've had ideas about swapping that around, but take the 97 Dodge that I use daily and put the C50 on it and make it a matched hauler for the C20 GMC because they're both the same color. We got a lot going on, and this is all.
The other, is it 89?
The blue truck is an 85
85.
K20 stretch dually 12-inch lift, 38.5 boggers, 454. Soon, as soon as the weather breaks here, we're going to have to get the transmission out of that, get it rebuilt, and then we're going to try to. I'll be honest with you, I wanted to throw a wrap on it, but me and her could probably paint the son of a bitch for $800, and wraps are $3,000 for a half a truck, and they're not going.
We'll see how it goes.
So,
but
I think we should paint it.
we also have the 8-lug thumb.
The 8-lug Thug is a 50 Pontiac Chieftain. It's yard art, but it's.
It'll have a life soon.
I want to build a gasser out of it, a funny car gasser with a funny car roll
I can't
cage.
wait for that one. It'll happen. That's definitely gonna happen.
Yep.
We got all kinds of stuff.
My dad has 241 Plymouths, a Cruiser, and then an original he's working on. And he's got a 59 Chrysler Windsor. You've never seen one of those in person. He's got a 64 Dodge Polara that I'm fixing to start driving daily.
I've seen driving it today. I love that
I've been
car.
getting on him. I told him I'm going to start driving. I said,
so
leave
much.
the keys in it and insure it better. He said it's got car show insurance. That thing ain't never been to a car show.
No.
And he's got 68 El Camino. He hauls hay and straw in and stuff. My dad, he don't care.
He's a cool cat, man.
So we got amongst us, we got a lot of stuff, and we're not the best. We're not the prettiest, but we'll get it done.
Yeah, we just have fun, and that's what we're all about. We have kids, and we live life, and we're just normal people, and
This channel could go a lot. There could be a lot of forks in this road.
yeah.
Sometimes we rent camp spots to people who end up being eccentric or exciting or unexciting or hanging in a tree by their legs
You just
or
don't know.
we had a girl skinning a roadkill deer.
Yeah, that happened.
We have a lot of
Travelers.
interesting faces come in and out of our campground since I was a little kid. The place has been here.
You might get an interview or two on this channel.
Yeah.
Of those things. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'd be like a soft white underbelly type thing where we could get one of those when they're having a bad day, set them down, buy them a Domino's, and get them talking.
Yeah.
We had some people that
story.
we had some people that
I like to.
I don't talk bad about our customers, but these people aren't our customers no more. Everybody we got now is good.
Oh yeah.
But these people, this lady lived in a trailer down here on one of our smaller lots. One day this car showed up and there was this chubby girl and this real skinny guy. And I've learned about these, not all of you with canes are liars, but I've learned that some people that walk around with canes and the younger people aren't as crippled as they are. So we would be like waking up and looking out the window. They would sleep in this car because she wouldn't let them in their camper. They would sleep in the car.
Listen, you've left this part out. The mom was living in her camper, and the daughter and her boyfriend showed up. And there's no room. You didn't leave that. You said.
Yeah, I said the mom lived in the camper, and they was living in their car.
I thought you left out the part that she was the mom because.
No, but he would walk around here with a cane, and then you'd look down there, and he'd be up on top
throwing
of the
ninja stars.
or doing kung fu on top of the picnic table.
I looked out the window one day because our house overlooks the campground, so you can look out our window, and he was literally throwing ninja stars at trees and like sticks into trees. He was big, round as a beanpole.
Yeah. That's crazy, the stuff we've seen around here.
You know, like that kind of stuff could be fun to share with you guys. That might, you know, be part of it. You just never know.
Yeah, so. But we're trying to cut our teeth on a little bit of talking to no one.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing now. We're trying to, she's got a cheat sheet there. So we've been YouTubing about 9-10 months.
March 28th was our first, like when we signed up for it. I don't exactly know what day we posted our first video. I should look at that. But yeah.
Went and got entered into Cavalcade Customs. We went about it the wrong way. We entered to be in the car show part of it, not knowing anything about it other than the fact that I went there as a kid a bunch my whole life. We got denied. Which I get because the main floor is full of hardwood flooring and
$1 million cars.
$1 million cars. And they're all going for grand champion in a traveling circuit. So Cavalcade kind of has like a survivor's alley of hot rods and Model A's and blower cars and stuff. Well, a friend of ours, Jimmy Boyle, he got us in there. He got us in last minute. We brought home some hardware.
Yeah, man.
This is the best traditional truck, 2024, Cavalcade Customs. Might not be able to see it, but up there we won first place in pre-88.
Yeah,
Pre-88, 4x4, first place. And the first thing everyone asked me when I told them that we won first place, and I'm not bragging, I was excited. I about cried.
I did.
Because we didn't even know we were going to win anything. We go back down there Sunday after we've been down there every day and got tired of going to Cincinnati. It's a big job for us to go to Cincinnati. And I felt like the Clampets when they went to town for the first time. And we walked around the corner, and man, I didn't even see this one for like 30 minutes. And we seen that laying on the fence. It was laying right there.
I couldn't believe it.
And I would have cried, but someone got right up near me and started talking to me and distracted me.
I was all teared up for sure.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to be recognized by your peers in a situation like that.
Yeah.
And then I went around and seen this, and it was like, holy cow, you know, it's a saw blade and some tie rods and some, it's cool, man.
It's awesome.
So we're not in it for the awards, but damn, they feel good.
We just never expect it. We just always go to have fun wherever we are, and you know, I think in life if you don't make expectations, you'll never be disappointed. You know, have standards, but expectations are another thing, you know.
Yep. So along our travels, we decided to throw a car show here in May. Yeah. And we've been we got tickets for sale. And the only reason we're selling tickets is so we didn't run out of room. We're trying to limit. We didn't want to outgrow it.
We want to be able to accommodate everybody properly as far as restrooms go and making sure the food trucks.
There's people coming from Canada.
Yeah.
Arizona.
I think I counted up so far. There's like 11 states. I think people are coming from, and Canada, and you know that's not even counting like local people. And
she's usually asleep on the couch.
Yeah. She's just wanting to be in the middle of.
Go lay down, please.
Whoever we're talking to here.
Yeah. The other dogs made her crazy.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
So, that's all we've been up to.
Yeah, and this is what we're gonna do with this channel. We're gonna go in this direction. So if you guys like listening to us chat about stuff, here we are. If you want,
I watch a lot of podcasts, a lot of guys that like drag race and stuff.
Wanda.
It's all the same kind of to me. They all go the same race, and I'll enjoy it. I watch it and stuff. So. We're not in competition. We don't have race cars, which kind of may be boring sometimes, but I'm going to race the hell out of that red truck. I'm just going to race myself around. Personal best. I'll be like, that's the fastest I ever been. You know? That's the most donuts I ever did right there.
FBFL.
That's the quickest tires I ever ruined.
FBFL, is that what we are? Fastest boy from Lytle.
So my dad told me a story when I was a kid. I would always ride in the backseat of the car and listening to his muscle car days. And he said one time that he bought a new set of tires and put them on a 65 Mustang or a 70 Nova, and he ruined them in one night. I feel you, Dad. Because when that turbo lights and we're out doing some rollies, I call a rollie when you're filming me, I'm going to be doing the nastiest burnouts possible. You're going to have to shut up.
I don't know why she's so mouthy tonight. She's usually just laying on the couch sleeping.
Oh, just take her over and lay her on the couch.
She don't do nothing. She don't even want to go outside. That's how lazy
she knows this is awkward.
Yeah. She's
what else we got going on? A lot of preparing.
Yeah, I feel like when the weather breaks, it's all cutting loose is what I feel like. We've got a calendar. I'm not going to put out exactly what shows we're going to be at because we've got a calendar of things that we're interested in for every month, and we know a few that we're fully committed to.
But she works a lot of weekends. We have our kids we have our kids and stuff. So these idiots.
Yeah, all made.
I can't call them idiots. I watched this video where this guy slapped his cat. And I don't want to be mean to animals.
No, our dogs are not idiots.
Hezbollah slapped his cat. And
they're actually so smart that it's aggravating. That's the problem. Yeah. They're so smart it's aggravating. So, we love our dogs.
So, Merlin was one of my heroes. And when I was a kid, we went to Cavalcade with my parents, and I was probably 14. And Ed Big Daddy Roth was sitting there, and they had a whole rat fink set up, and there was the man, God dang, I was so nervous, but I got his autograph, and I still got the shirt. I've never wore it. I've got it in there, rat fink on it, and Ed Roth. And I've been watching YouTube videos about him. He built weird things, but I'm sitting here talking about him still, years later.
Right.
Ian Russell, that dude's talented.
I love him. If you don't know who he is, look him up and watch him.
He's been on TV for years. If you don't know him, it's because you weren't paying attention. He was on West Coast Customs. Mm-hmm. He might have been on Pimp My Ride.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, he was on Pimp My Ride.
But that was just to get his name going. He's
an artist. So what we say about what we do is that, it's never going to be perfect. No. But what I'm saying is that what we do, it'll never be perfect because it's art. It's whatever he envisions or whatever we discuss and envision together. And what Ian does, he's an artist in his own. So we love and appreciate anybody that builds in that manner, Not that we don't respect people that do traditional things, but when you create things in your own mind and build it, that's what we love.
Go get your house. Go.
She ain't getting in her house. She's
we're going to have to pause it and put her up. You can't can't talk to people with your dog barking in your face.
Well, that's the life we live. So, they should know, Why hide it?
And then I seen Jerry Ripley, the Rat Rod Magazine main guy, was hanging out with Billy Lane last week at a vocational school helping kids. I think Billy Lane is one of the neatest guys ever. He had some ups and downs, but daggone, he could build a bike. I introduced her to Indy Larry and his philosophy of life.
I love him too.
And if you've never met Indy Larry, I've never met him, but go on YouTube and check out some of his builds, man. He was just a zen, live in the moment, anything goes type guy, and that's I think of a lot of that stuff when I build things. I just want to build something freestyle with my own style, with nobody telling me how it should be done, because opinions are just that. They're just opinions. And if I'm building something, I can already see it done. I seen that red truck done, like the way it is. I'm satisfied because it looks the way I've seen it. The camper that we're building, nobody in their right mind would build a camper out of a 35 Ford truck,
They would if they had to pay for the hotels we have in the last 10 months.
You see my feet sticking. Just see my feet sticking out of that sucker.
That's why we sleep in the cab in freezing cold weather on the way to Florida.
I'm going to eat and sleep in that thing at least a few times.
Oh, yeah.
But that's it. Our travels this year. We're going to Cave City to our friend Shop Truck Gathering, Todd Johnson. This is his third year, I think, third year. He throws a pretty good show for a smaller area of where they live. It's not as populated as what we got. He throws a nice show for that area. It's a beautiful area, and we like to go to that.
Tons of fun stuff to do there.
We really enjoy them, and we got us a little hotel stay. We'll probably hit spring rod run up. We probably won't make fall rod run.
No,
there's probably going to be some shows that we haven't talked about this, but there'll probably be shows that we probably start trying to do every other year.
Yeah, I can get that because there are shows
we have a really good show here that we don't get to go to because we are loyal to others, but we may have to start
alternating.
Saying, hey, we love you.
Right.
We're here. Maybe 2 years before we come back.
Yeah.
Or it may be 6 months. I wish we could just hire some people to mow grass and just go around and travel. I want to sleep next to Grand Canyon on the back of my truck. That's probably against the law.
I don't know.
You got to wait like a year to get a permit to go down that river.
Oh, God.
You can't just go and get on that river. They'll arrest you.
You gotta be getting permits.
You gotta get a permit to get a permit.
I'm done with them.
You gotta get in line to get a permit.
Listen, after my experience at the Social Security office last week, I don't want or need a permit from anybody. Bye.
I've never been to one of those.
Aggravating.
I knew a guy that went to get his license back once, and they handcuffed him to the bench but they took his fine money first. He walked up here to pay his reinstatement, and they took his money. Old Mikey Greer, and he had a warrant pop up on the screen.
Man.
And they said, go over and sit down. We'll be with you in a minute. He should have known the jig was up. He done paid him his money. They told him to sit back down. They come in and slap cuffs on him right to the bench. And then when he looked down, the benches were made for that. They had
trick benches.
Loops. They had handcuff loops on them.
Trick benches.
What if you go to the Social Security office and you ain't who you say you are?
No, because you sit down on a chair from 1982 that every time you sit on it makes a fart noise, and your 5-year-old says, "Did you hear that?"
So what happens when somebody goes up to the counter? What are they doing? What takes so long?
Well, they open and close their windows every 2 freaking minutes. There's only 2 people working. And
so what are they doing in there?
I don't know.
On their phones?
I don't know what they're doing in there. Not giving you the right paperwork.
They're probably watching Peace and Grease.
Wasting your time. No, they're not. They're not. I don't know what they're doing. Eating Cheetos, maybe. I didn't enjoy it. I'm going to a different office. I'll never go back to that one. I'll have to go downtown.
Been doing a lot of gravel hauling because we're in the muddy season right now.
Ooh, yeah,
it rained. I bet it rained 80 hours straight.
It ain't quit.
Didn't it?
Yeah, well, it's been all
It did
day
quit.
today.
I'm talking, not now. I'm talking the other days.
Yeah.
It rained and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained.
If it was snow, we'd have been buried.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it's not snow, but it's so muddy around here. It's awful. I don't know. I think that'll catch you back up. Yeah.
And we'll start trying to do some outdoor filming, but it's so dreary and
muddy.
You
can't do nothing outside right now here. So
we got claustrophobia in the barn, and we're not even in it.
Right.
We're outside right now, but we getting air right.
We just brought you in our living room.
Yeah, and we're doing a lot of rambling, but some people watch this. And if you're watching, Greg, where are you?
Yeah, Greg.
What happened to Greg? Greg Sullivan was like our first fan, our number one fan.
On everything. Like, I'm honestly concerned if Greg's
you're out there, Greg watched this channel, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did.
Greg, if you're out there, just say hi, buddy.
Let us know you're okay.
I was thinking about you the other day, Greg, and I was hoping maybe you're just like in Aruba or something, just like Bahamas.
Maybe
come
on a cruise.
Yeah. He might take one of them 3-year cruises.
Maybe he went on a cruise. I don't know, but
Greg, if you're out there, say hi.
That's no doubt, Greg.
We got new fans. We got Lemon Fab. Check him out on YouTube. Swim Shop Van.
4x4s.
Yep. Since we've even been on here, we've had other people. Sprague built. Adam Sprague. We haven't seen much out of Austin in a minute.
Haven't seen much out of HAP Customs.
We are looking for other YouTubers in our area.
Yeah.
I guess our area is like tri-state area of Kentucky,
Northern
Indiana,
Kentucky,
Ohio. Right here's kind of where we're at.
Ohio, yeah.
So if you're into automotive stuff, projects, we're not really into show cars. We don't hate them, but
No.
you're not gonna want, you're
just not gonna love what we do. If you love show cars, you won't love what we do.
Unless it's a rusty show, then you'll like what we do.
Yeah, that's true. But we feel like there's not a lot of people around here that YouTube that are in our area. So if you're out there, tell us you're nearby. We would love to connect because all of our friends seem to be far away.
Drop a comment and like and subscribe. This channel is small. We're getting it growing. Our main concern is peace and grease. You can always go over there and see what's going on and get the latest, updatest. Our videos are never more than a week or two old. It's current events. We don't film and let them lay around. You can see the rain at the same time we see it. And that's it. The days are getting longer, the nights are getting shorter, and the projects are getting better.
Yeah, getting closer to being finished.
Yeah, we want to get some of this in before we're mowing and growing.
It's true.
Mowing and blowing. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, we appreciate it. Go check out our website, Peace and Grease, and get t-shirts, hats, get set up, get tickets, come out.
Tickets at eventbrite.com for that.
House for rent
Sure.
next door if you're ever interested in that, coming out.
Yeah.
And we can't guarantee we'll always be here around, but if you ever want a house to rent in the area to go to Kings Island or go to
any of the state parks that are around.
We got Renaissance Festival, we got a lake close by.
We have 2 lakes. We also have like the biggest antique village in Ohio.
Sauerkraut Festival.
Festivals
Lots of
everywhere, all the
festivals.
time.
Around
Festivals
September,
all the
October,
time.
there's a festival every weekend in each town around here.
There's so much to do here.
And we have a gun club. You could rent the house and spend the weekend shooting. That takes a little coordination, collaboration, but it can happen.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump off here and we're going to go chop the top on something. No, we're not.
No,
we're
it's
going to go
11
relax.
o'clock.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Peace and grease.